Studio, ladies and gentlemen, Attorney Kim Baer from the Baer Law Office. You're saying that sounds familiar. Tell everybody where your law office is located.
Sure, we're located right across the street from Betts Auditorium.
Which is why you see it.
Exactly, you drive by it on your commute downtown.
There it is.
Yeah.
But we're here to talk about something that's pretty darn important.
Yes, yes. We're here to talk about why would you need to hire an attorney for a car accident. Okay. A lot of times people think, well, I can negotiate just as well as anybody else. Why would I need an attorney? And so typically when somebody calls us, if they haven't really been hurt, we do tell them, go on ahead and take a shot at it. If you can't get the money that you think you deserve, give us a call. But if you've been hurt and you've got lost wages, then you have to remember that the insurance adjuster's primary goal is to close that claim quick for the least amount of money possible.
Right.
So.
And what kind of things are you looking to recover? You mentioned lost wages. What else is out there?
Right. So you have lost wages. You've got medical bills. You've got pain and suffering. Okay. If you've had a serious injury and you've got a broken bone, or you've lost a limb, or you've had a brain injury, then obviously you've got a lot of future damages that we're talking about.
How are those calculated? How do they go about breaking all of that down?
Well, one of the things we do is we tell people when they hire us, let's wait until you're done treating so we can make sure exactly what you're going to be living with. Hopefully, they'll recover and be fine. But if not, then we've got to figure out what type of future treatment do you need, how much is that going to cost. We try to project if they've lost their job, are they going to be able to do the same thing or do they have to do something else? So a lot of times we'll use economists for that. We'll use the doctors to give us projections with regard to future medical care.
Okay.
So
what if, I'm sorry, what if you're on the other side of the fence here and you use your insurance lawyers that are presented to you? Is it also good to go out and get your own attorney as well?
Well, so that's an excellent question. If you cause the accident, then your insurance is going to give you an attorney. Right. And you should just use that attorney because that's going to be free to you. But if you didn't cause the accident, you're on your own. That's when you need to hire an attorney. So that's the difference.
Okay, now how are we differentiating between someone who really does have an injury of some sort and then somebody that says, I was an offender bender, I'm going to try to take advantage of this and milk this for all I can be worth.
Right.
Because there's a lot of that going on and we're not real happy about that.
No, there is a lot of that going on. And so typically, if you have someone that's only seen the doctor a couple of times and really hasn't, missed any work, then they're really not that hurt. If anything, it's probably an annoyance to them. But the people that we deal with typically have either lost their job, missed several weeks of work, are in physical therapy, and it's devastating to them because it comes out of nowhere. You don't plan for a car accident. And one of the things that we work with the clients to do is to immediately see what kind of money we can get them as soon as possible. For instance, MedPay is something that's available to most people that they don't know about.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's probably on your own insurance policy. So we work to do that because when you're missing work and you don't have money coming in, you usually still have co-pays and deductibles and things like that. So the MedPay really helps to get some money in your pocket so you can pay those things and not be so devastated by the accident.
So what would be the threshold for seeking your advice in case you were involved in something like this?
Well, the nice thing is it doesn't cost you anything to come in and have a cup of coffee. We offer free consultations, and of course car accident cases are contingency fee. So, but if someone calls and they say, I've only been to the doctor once, I'm feeling pretty good, we will tell them, go on ahead and try to negotiate it yourself, because if you hire us, we're going to take a third. And so you're better off trying to negotiate it yourself. But if you've missed some work and you've seen the doctor a few times and maybe now you're contemplating going to physical therapy, then you should come in. Come in and have a cup of coffee and let's talk.
I'm glad you said that and you didn't say, come on in, we'll get you everything we can. No, because there's some people that are, honestly, there's some people that are like that, and I was going to confront you on that, but I'm glad you said that. Thank you so much for doing that.
Absolutely.
Now, are there times when you get a few years down the road and then it becomes obvious that there was more to this than was originally thought in terms of injury?
That's a very good question too. A lot of what we're dealing with now is people will have what we call whiplash, and the whiplash can cause a concussion, and that takes usually at least a few weeks to develop. So a lot of times people will say, I'm fine, my neck just hurts, I'll settle for $3,000 or $4,000. And then they come in to see us a couple weeks later and they'll say, I'm having trouble finding words, I'm having headaches, and if they've already settled that claim, they're out of luck. and the concussion syndrome can last up to a year.
Now, what do you have any advice for people that may have just been in an accident, or just keep this in mind in case Lord forbid something happens? Yeah. Is there some things you should and shouldn't do at the accident scene?
Yes, you absolutely. I mean, we all have our cell phones, so pull out your cell phone, take some photos, make sure you get the information. If the accident wasn't your fault, you need to call the police because we need an accident report. A lot of times the person who caused the accident says, oh, no, let's not call the police, because they're trying to avoid a ticket.
Sure.
But what often happens then is they'll tell their insurance company, I didn't cause the accident. And there's no accident report, and now it's a he said, she said. So you really do need to at least get an accident report. So take some photos. If you're hurt, make sure you go to the hospital or go to see the doctor. And the other thing we tell people is physical therapy can make all the difference in the world, but you've got to get in, you've got to do it, and you've got to be consistent. Don't wait a month and then start thinking about maybe getting some physical therapy.
Okay. Well, good advice.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so people want to get a hold of you besides just pulling in your parking lot and having a cup of coffee or right across from Vets.
Right. Well, it's real easy. It's 515-INJURED. INJURED. So
515 injured right there.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, wonderful. Well, very nice to see you.
Yeah.